E aí galera, tranquilos? Sejam bem-vindos a mais uma live do Brian Jordan. E hoje galera, eu estou trazendo pra vocês a mais uma live da Crash da Narida. Que antes tinha trazido a live aqui com a Crash 1 dela, e também do Arraíta, e também do Desleaf, e também da DRA. E agora vamos estar na live da quest da Narida, que também estão falando muito bem dessa quest. Estão dizendo que essa quest é muito boa. Estão dizendo que superou da Raiden Shogun, mas só vamos saber ver se isso é verdade ou não. Ou não, vendo aqui se é verdade. A Raiden Shogun. Mas já estamos aqui em Sumero. Estou aqui na parte das estátuas do sede dos Arcotes. E vamos lá pra cidade de Sumero. E nos encontramos com a Narida. Eu fico bem feliz que a Narida nunca é deixada de fora. E de todos os Arcodes até agora, os únicos Arcodes que tem mais história relevante que foi muito mostrada nas suas quests foi só o Zhongli, a Raiden Shogun e também a Narida. Já do Venti foi mais ou menos, mas se a Royal Verse deixou na parte da quest do Venti bem mais ou menos, significa que tá deixando bem mais pra frente pra ficar 1000 vezes melhor. Já que Mondstadt não nos mostrou muita coisa relevante da história. Mas vamos aqui ver as cutscenes.
Hey, isn't that Nahida? Nahida! Hyman didn't think we'd run into you here. Oh, hey there. It's been a while, hasn't it? What have you two been up to? Seems like you've been enjoying yourselves. How about you? What are you up to now? I'm just looking out for some leads while getting some fresh air. I noticed that I have some blurry memories after saving Irminsul. I almost feel like there's still something extremely important I need to do. But I can't remember what it is. Why is that? Don't worry, we'll help you remember. Thank you so much. Since you're willing to help, I have something I'd like to show you. Like it's filled with some kind of power. I found it in the sanctuary of Suristana, but I have no recollection of it whatsoever. It's filled with pure elemental power that is quite similar to mine, but yet it's also a little different. It's very likely that it's connected to my foggy memory, but I can't figure out what it is. Traveler, do you have any ideas? You know, Nahida, we just happen to be going on an adventure right now. If we find anything, we'll be sure to let you know right away. Thanks, you two. Besides, it seems you've got a lot on your mind, and we'd like to help.
Hey, get out! You shouldn't be around here! I'm sorry, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Fungi don't usually come near this place. Last warning! Get out before I kick you out, you hear?
Hang on. I think it's trying to tell us something.
But Great Dendro Archon, it's a monster!
Please, don't worry. I think I understand. Seems that it wants us to follow it. You can understand it? Even though different creatures have varying habits and ways of communicating, the emotions we experience are all the same. I can feel its anxiety and fear. It's in dire need of our help. Well, fungi are kinda cute, but... that's true. Okay, let's go take a look. Alright, lead the way, little fungus. Although they all look about the same, some fungi are friendly, while others are super aggressive and attack anyone It can't be helped. Perhaps in their eyes, humans are like fierce monsters as well. After all, they can't distinguish which human behaviors are hostile or not, and it'd already be too late for them once humans have drawn their weapons. Hence why they tend to strike first, rather than waiting.
That's not too different from how humans think sometimes.
That's what I meant by shared emotions. It appears it was in a hurry because of this unconscious fungus.
Seems like they might be family. So maybe this fungus wanted to bring Nahida here to help its family member.
Probably. Although fungi are simple creatures, they're very sensitive to elemental power. Maybe it noticed me on my way back and thought I'd be able to help. I'll take a look. I should be able to help if it's just a common illness.
What is it, Nahida?
Strange. Very strange. This fungus didn't develop from a spore. It's an elemental life form.
Huh? An elemental life form?
Yes. Although the fungi you normally see are capable of using elemental powers, they're merely borrowing elemental power from nature around them. As for this fungus, it has elemental power flowing through it. Definitely not anything like your typical fungus. Exactly. This is very interesting. I've never seen anything like it.
So this is a first even for Nahida.
But that's not all. There's a large void within its elemental power. The void is stopping the elemental power from flowing normally, which must be why it fainted.
So do you think it'll wake up if we can fill the void?
Yes, and I just so happen to be good at this sort of thing. I'll see what I can do right away. My power was compatible. Looks like everything is fine now.
Lord of Dendro? Is it really the Lord of Dendro? Oh, I can't believe the Lord of Dendro saved me. Thank you, as well as the stranger and creature next to you.
Ah! It can talk?
Oh, I didn't expect such a strange creature to make a sound like that. Seems I'm just as shocked as you are.
What? Of course Paimon can talk. Paimon isn't a strange creature. Paimon's just... Paimon!
Hello, Paimon. I am not yet able to evaluate an organism's intelligence from its appearance. I will only know you are able to speak once you have spoken.
Oh, well, no need to take it seriously. It's no big deal. But does Paimon really look so dumb that people might think Paimon doesn't know how to talk?
You misunderstand, Paimon. A mouth is used for eating, breathing, and other functions that are more important than speaking. So a creature may not speak, even if it has a mouth. I've never seen a creature like you before, so I dared not make the assumption that you could speak. Even if you do possess a number of human traits, it is still very common for creatures to have similar external forms but completely different interiors, just like fungi and slimes.
Did this fungus study at the academia? It seems even more talkative than Paimon.
You're not a fungus, are you?
That's correct. This might be surprising to you, and I'm sure that you must have questions. It might startle my fellow family members if I speak too much using this strange voice. Me, 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 me. It says that it's very thankful for your help.
I was confident that I knew of all the creatures in Teyvat. Even if there are ones I've never seen with my own eyes, I thought I possessed all the relevant knowledge about them. However, even if I were to lay out the traits of all elemental life forms, you don't seem to match any of them. What are you? And where did you come from?
I come from an ancient race. We have existed for a very long time, possibly longer than any records in existence. My home was filled with flowing water and great mountains. Lush grass covered the land, and my family and I lived in bliss and happiness. Until the apocalypse came and changed my home forever. A horrifying power consumed all there was. The seeds of catastrophe nested and grew inside of us, twisting and warping us, causing us to lose control. We were victims of the apocalypse, yet in time, we also became the apocalypse itself.
The apocalypse?
I'm not sure what it means either. It sounds like some kind of old fable.
It's a long and complicated story. It will take me some time to explain it clearly.
Don't worry, we'll listen. Please continue.
I was lucky and family and came to Sumeru to search for a way to rescue my homeland. We came in contact with many species and learned from their cultures and knowledge, hoping to understand the truth behind the apocalypse. We later found out that humans know the power of the apocalypse and refer to it as forbidden knowledge.
Your home was destroyed by forbidden knowledge? Does that mean you're from the desert?
It said that they are looking for a way to save their homeland, but the catastrophe of the desert should have ended a long time ago.
The Lord of Dendro is correct. We are not from the desert. I would very much like to tell you the location of my homeland, but unfortunately, I've forgotten. That may sound a little odd, as it is very important to both me and my family.
Yes, how could you forget?
I am a life form that was contaminated by the apocalypse. A part of my knowledge and memory was taken away.
It now. So the void of elemental power was left behind from when the forbidden knowledge was purged. I'm sorry. I hadn't considered that kind of possibility.
That's okay. Lord of Dendro, there is no need to apologize. Without your help, I would have lost more than just my knowledge and memory. And not only did you save me, but you've also already rid the world of the remaining forbidden knowledge, right?
That's right. The forbidden knowledge is no more, and your homeland should be safe now.
My home should be safe now. We can go home. For the longest time, this moment has only seemed like a dream. I never knew it would become a reality so quickly. I was unable to fulfill our calling. I never found a way to save my homeland, and I have even forgotten where it is.
It's not your fault. You've already done everything you can. Every species paid a grave price in the fight against forbidden knowledge. This is not a responsibility you should carry on your own. You mentioned that there were other survivors besides yourself. Where are they? Maybe they'll remember.
The apocalypse put us through immense pain. Many of my family members have already met their end. I'm not sure who else is still alive.
Don't worry, I should be able to find them. Just leave it to me. My familiars will take the rainforest, and as for the city, there are a few nice kids who should be willing to help.
Your familiars?
Mm-hmm. They're a group of lovely little creatures. They're just a bit timid around strangers. Give me a moment. I'll contact them right now. That should do it. It may take some time to find them, so let's wait for a bit.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. We all believe that you will keep your promises. The moment I saw you when I awoke, I had a feeling you were here because of the agreement.
Hmm? Agreement?
You might not remember, but this is a prophecy that we deeply believe in. That the Lord of Dendro will bring us home once the catastrophe comes to an end.
Ah, I see. I'm sorry. There are also some blurry segments in my memory as well. But I'm very concerned about your homeland. This is something I should help with. It's really no trouble to me at all.
Would you all be willing to come with me somewhere as we wait? The more family members that can return home with me, the better.
But didn't you say that you don't know where they are?
Yes, but I know their end. I will explain it to you along the way.
Capítulo da Sepientia Oromasdis, Ato 2. Em pensar que um cogumelo fosse ter capacidade de falar. Putz, grila. E tem galera que fala muito mal do Genshin Impact. Ah, que o Genshin Impact é isso, e isso, e aquilo. Ficam reclamando de aumentar a resina. Se o Genshin Impact tivesse a probabilidade de aumentar... Quer dizer, se a Royalverse aumentasse a resina do Genshin Impact, é provável que muita gente já pegaria o que queriam e iam deixar de jogar o game por causa disso. É por isso que a Royalverse não aumenta a resina.
There's something that I'm very concerned about. Yes. I didn't mention it just now, but do you remember when I told you that the power in the crystal is very similar to mine, yet also different? The elemental power inside the crystal is completely identical to that of the fungus.
What?
Exactly. The prophecy that it mentioned was probably an agreement that I made with an elemental life form that once represented its race. I had to deal with the forbidden knowledge to save their homeland. The process, however, took away some of my memories. That sequence of events would explain the persistent feeling that I had unfinished business.
Makes sense. Too bad it's unable to tell us more.
Yeah, I've been trying to think of a place that fits the description of its homeland, but I'm unable to come up with anything. Agreed. I really want to send them home, so they won't have to wander around anymore.
Siga a forma de vida elemental.
The road here is a little rough. I'll lead the way.
Don't worry, Paimon can handle any road! Ah! Enemies! You're up, traveler!
Que exagero. Derrote os oponentes bloqueando o seu caminho. Então tá.
Leave it all to me, as a dutiful maid would.
Wind strike, as one with wind and cloud.
Scatter!
Amazing. With such skills, you all would have definitely been able to find a way to survive the apocalypse.
Hey! Paimon has been meaning to ask. You all...
No, we didn't. The appearance of our kind will change according to the environment. After communicating with various living organisms in Sumeru, we discovered that fungi are the life form most adapted to live in these lands. Thus, we gradually took the form of fungi and became a part of their group.
It's hard to believe that's even possible.
The most important instinct any life form possesses is adapting to the environment. I don't think that should surprise you, Paimon. Your hand is shaped like that for a reason, so you are able to grip and use tools more easily. The reason why fungi absorb elemental power is to blend with the environment and fend off natural predators. We are dendro life forms, one of the most ancient life forms in this land. That is why we are so adaptable.
So you mean, if Paimon wanted to, Paimon could change into a different form as well?
Not as freely, I'm afraid. You would require a long time to make that. Although this is common sense to us, it is still extremely difficult to explain. Putting it as simply as possible, changing form requires energy, and energy comes with time. You cannot make a sprout grow into a giant tree instantly, nor can you force a tree to bear fruit overnight.
I see. Humans have a term for this. It's called growth.
Ah, you're so smart, Nahida! Paimon gets it now!
Growth. I see. Yes, then this is what you would call growth. A most beautiful word. I shall enjoy it more as we walk.
How much farther is it?
We're about halfway there. You're doing great, Paimon. Do you need me to carry you on my back?
Huh? Oh, no! Paimon was just curious! Paimon isn't that tired.
You seem to enjoy taking care of others.
You think so? Does the Lord of Dendro need to be carried?
That would be awkward, wouldn't it? Why don't you fly up and sit on top of my head?
We can figure out who'll carry who later! We have monsters here!
I must leave no stone.
Too easy. We shall prevail.
I think we may have a different understanding of carrying someone. No matter whether it's tired or not, my child is always happy when I put it on my back and give it a ride.
Child?
Yes, one was my friend, and the other was my child.
Why can't your kid speak?
Because it's just a fungus. I don't want my presence to change or affect the original state of the fungi species here. However, it is slightly different from an ordinary fungus. It seems to understand some human language, so I gave it a name.
Oh, then it must be a really cute name. You know, like Bongo Head.
You have an odd taste for names.
Huh? Paimon thinks that name is great!
Strange and cute at the same time. It's a name only Paimon would be able to come up with.
That's right!
The name I came up with was not as creative as Paimon's. I learned it from an adventurer. Its name is... I'm sorry, but I've forgotten. Seems like I've forgotten many important things. Yes, I must remember it before I return. It's just as important as my homeland. Yes, this way. We're almost there.
Me pergunto se a Royalverse aumentou o poder da DRA. Muita gente criticou bastante a personagem só porque falam que é uma personagem de 3 estrelas, não ficaram satisfeitos com o dano da DRA.
It's the Withering.
Yes, I have heard humans also call it that before. It's the last form we take when we are at the end of our life.
Paimon doesn't understand.
It's trying to say that when they've suffered enough and reached the end of their life, they become a tumor of the Withering.
Yes, I would have also suffered the same fate if it wasn't for the Lord of Dendro's help.
So, this is how the Withering is formed?
Previous research has revealed that forbidden knowledge is the root cause of the Withering. But even if forbidden knowledge has been completely removed, its influence still remains, which is why the withering remains even after forbidden knowledge has disappeared. They've been tormented by forbidden knowledge for a long time. It's understandable that they will eventually become the withering. But what a sad and pitiful end.
When I left my homeland, flowers like these filled the fields. Each bloom represented an individual life. They grew in the pristine lakes, in the fertile soil, in my home, and in the homes of my friends. They grew everywhere, until the world suddenly lost all its color. But it's all right. Our life essence, elemental power, still resides in this flower. After an adventurer clears the withering, I will quietly draw near the area. If I can sense the elemental power of my companions, then I take them with me.
But that would mean the effects of forbidden knowledge could have...
It's okay. That's not important anymore. I just hope that they can all make it back home. It's not right to leave them to simply perish in the open like this. Now that we finally have the chance to return home, each one I manage to bring back will make me that much happier.
I understand. Just leave it to us. So you're worried about me? It's fine. Forbidden knowledge doesn't exist anymore. It's natural to want to be overcautious when dealing with a highly venomous snake, but when all that's left is its skeleton, there's nothing to worry about.
Paimon doesn't get what you two are talking about, but we're all ready to go now, right? Then let's do this! We've dealt with the withering countless times already!
Pin them down!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Steady as stone. Time to clean up. I see everything.
Propagate! Spell!
Do your worst!
Time to go.
Grant us your blessing!
So many regrets.
Yes, it's the
It's trying to say that...
Yes.
So, previous research has... But even if they've been torn... But what a sad and...
When I left my homeland, flowers like... They grew, but it's all right. Our life essence, elemental power...
Nossa, cara, não sei como faz pra...
It's okay.
Não sei como faz pra converter essas flores.
So you're worried about...
Eu fiquei sem falar o tempo todo na gameplay.
Then let's do this!
Esqueci de ligar o meu microfone aqui. Ah, cara, o que tem que fazer aqui pra converter essas flores?
Wind strider.
Leave it all to me.
Ah, ali. Ah, sumi. Ah, tem que pegar de volta.
I see everything.
Ah, não acontece nada, cara.
Flee.
Ah, vou ter que acabar com esse bicho aqui primeiro. O bicho chato do Cacilda. Nossa, o que tem que fazer aqui, cara? Não me lembro como faz pra converter essas flores.
Do your worst.
Everyone hold hands.
Ah, não tem nada aqui. Ah, cara. Vamos ver o que tem que fazer aqui, gente. Pelo amor de Deus. Fala sério. Em vez do jogo nos dar instruções como faz. Em vez do jogo nos dar instrução como faz para resolver isso, não dá nada. Aí, finalmente. Ah, tem que fazer o golpe em... Pra poder convertê-los, tem que fazer o ataque forte. Você apertar o botão. Aí eu me esqueci muito dessa mecânica, porque faz tempo que eu quase não converto muito essa parte do Genshin Impact. Ah! Tá de brincadeira.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Vai sacanear isso, jogo, vai?
Flee.
Hey!
Nossa, ô louco, cara.
Leave it all to me.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Hear my prayer.
I see everything. Make yourselves at home.
Sucata velha. Eu claramente gostei. Eu claramente gostei muito do especial da Narida. Gostei mesmo. Aê! Ô, coisinha complicada, hein?
As I expected, it's the last of my kind that I'm aware of. If only it could have held on just a little longer.
I hope that you will be free of this pain after returning home.
Just thinking about how many elemental life forms have turned into tumors of the withering makes Paimon sad.
It's okay. As long as elemental power still exists, then we will still be around. An external form is but a gift of time. Through growth comes change, and even abandonment of previous forms. However, our true nature is not so easily affected.
It wouldn't have come to this if we were able to cure them earlier. But I will cure all of them. Even if it's just for the sake of the rainforest and all the life forms that live in it.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. It was a wise choice for us to place our trust in you and wait.
Hold on. I think I got something. Oh, I see. Okay, I understand. So, they found a fungus that matches the description I gave them. It's currently unconscious.
It must be in a similar situation as I was. We should hurry and go take a look.
Okay, follow me.
Nossa, cara, eu tive que ter algumas complicadas pra poder resolver o convertimento dessas flores. Ah, é que eu, na verdade, eu jogo Genshin Impact pela história e os personagens. Não sou um cara que faz... Não sou um cara que vai explorar o mundo aberto do game. Não sou muito a essa pegada de exploração de mundo aberto nos jogos. O que eu gosto mais dos jogos do mundo aberto é apreciar as partes onde eu vou para cada missão, entre um montão de coisas. Mas já fazer exploração, de encontrar um montão de coisas, não é muito o meu forte, não. Se bem que a maioria da galera que joga Genshin Impact faz isso. Tem gente que concluiu quase o mundo aberto do game e começa a querer abandoná-lo. E tem gente que fica mandando hate em cima de alguns personagens do Genshin Impact por causa da gameplay dele, disso e aquilo. É como se a galera quisesse o personagem só por causa da gameplay e da força. Eles não ficam querendo o personagem só por visual e a história dele, não. Você vai querendo ele pela força, pelo poder de fogo dele. Por exemplo, a Narida. A Narida... Não, a Narida não, desculpa. A DRA, por exemplo. A DRA tem um visual muito foda mesmo. E é muito bonito o visual dela. Mas muita gente se decepcionou por causa da gameplay dela. Muita gente mandou hate em cima da Narida. Quer dizer, da DRA. Todo mundo só quer os personagens do Genshin Impact só para concluir o abismo.
But there are so many fungi here. They're probably... Yeah, they won't be happy to see us.
No fighting. These are all its family. Although we belong to different species, we've spent a long time living among the fungi. They are very important to us. They can be reasonable, as long as we try to communicate.
What should we do? You're the only one who can make it through, right? But you'll need Nahida's power if you want to save that fungus.
I've got an idea. Can you teach me how to change into a fungus?
You want to transform into a fungus? But we don't have time for growth.
Nahida is a god. Changing into a fungus should be a piece of cake for her.
Even gods can't bend the laws of time so easily.
Then we'll have to enter with the risk of being noticed. We may not be able to avoid a fight. But if spending some of my power will guarantee the safety of you and its family, then I'm willing to try.
All right. You have great elemental power, so you may be able to do it. You will have to use power equal to that which is required to break through the limitations of time. I will lend you the relevant knowledge that I have.
Alright, I'm ready. Changing into a fungus should be quite an interesting experience.
Lord of Dendro, this is nothing to joke about. I am extremely serious about this.
Hmm?
Right! Let's not get hung up here. If it's really possible to turn into a fungus, then why don't we give it a try now?
Okay. Good luck, Lord of Dendro.
This form isn't much different from usual. The unconscious fungus is just below here. Can you all help me determine which one it is?
Oh, how do we do that?
I'll get close to them while you make your way over from above. You should be able to identify them using elemental sight since they're elemental life forms. Then, all you have to do is repeat the correct answer in your mind. As long as I'm able to see you, then I'll be able to hear your answer.
Okay, got it.
Let me lure away the fungi up top and make way for you.
All right, good luck, Nahida. Let's go, Traveler.
Ah, espero que isso não seja um puzzle, nem uma charada. Nunca gostei de puzzles e charadas. Nunca! No Genshin Impact, nem um pouco. Embora o game tenha alguns puzzles que são fáceis de se entender.
It looks pretty vigilant, so I'd better go around it.
Ah, o que eu acabei de fazer aqui?
It seems they didn't notice me. It seems that fungus won't be moving for the moment. I should hurry and make my way through.
No momento a qualidade da conexão da internet não é o suficiente para transmitir a partida. Ah, cara. Ah, tá brincando?
This is the spot. There are several fungi here. I'll hide and wait for the traveler to catch up.
Então tá. Só espero que a qualidade não cai. Tomara que eu consiga transmitir a live mesmo assim. Olha, desculpa se às vezes a minha live é bem fraca às vezes.
Nahida, what's wrong?
Já é a hora.
I never knew that it was so tiring to change forms like that. I even used the techniques that it taught me. Seems like its warnings were not unfounded.
The power of time accumulates slowly and goes unnoticed. A great price is to be paid if you wish to perform drastic changes instantly. Thank you for everything you've done. All seems to have gone according to plan. Now, we simply wait for it to wake up.
Who are you? I apologize. Language is not easy. Need long time.
It's okay, I have good news. Let me explain it to you the fungi way.
Apocalypse ended? Go home now?
Yes, Unfortunately, I've forgotten where home is. I was hoping you still remembered.
I remember. Really? That's great! Home, Dendro Dragon.
Dendro Dragon. Ah, yes! The Dendro Dragon! I'm sorry, I just got so excited. I've probably never expressed such emotions before. But yes, our home is the Dendro Dragon.
Oh, wait a minute. Paimon's confused. Do you mean the Dendro Dragon as in an elemental dragon? Like Dvalin?
Yes, they're both dragons, but Apep, the Dendro Dragon, has been around for longer and has accumulated dense elemental power. But I don't quite understand. Why would you say that your homeland is a dragon?
Because we live inside the Dendro Dragon.
The Dendro Dragon. Inside. Very big. Mountains, water, trees. Us.
There is an entire world inside the Dendro Dragon's body. The Dendro Dragon nurtured the earliest life forms and protected us inside of itself. It once told us in a majestic voice that once we finally matured, we'd be able to start life in a new world. However, that day never came. Our homeland was the greatest place there ever was before the apocalypse arrived.
Paimon's still confused.
Yes, a very good example. It appears that you're much smarter than Paimon. The only difference is that the Dendro Dragon is much, much larger than any Dendro slime.
Wait, then if that's the case, doesn't that imply that Apep has also been contaminated by forbidden knowledge?
Yes, that is correct. What has suddenly made you look so worried, Lord of Dendro? I haven't seen this expression on you before.
Apep is the most adaptable life form in the world. The forbidden knowledge should have become a part of its body a long time ago. Which means that if all the forbidden knowledge has been eliminated,
then a big void will also form inside the dragon!
I'm afraid so. Its body and soul have probably been in terrible shape for some time now. No wonder I haven't seen Apep for so long. But how did it get contaminated? Was it due to the destruction of King Deshret's civilization? But anyway, Apep disappeared and has been gone ever since that time. It's been enduring unimaginable pain all the while. Yes, how could I have forgotten? If the Dendro Dragon fails to hang on, the elemental power inside it will no longer be able to maintain its form, and will all be dispersed. Dendro elemental power of that concentration will cause the rainforest to overgrow. Giant trees will completely block out the sun. Plants and humans will fight over oxygen. Sumeru will no longer be suitable for sustaining life.
Hey, what about the crystal? Why don't you show it to them and see if they know anything about it?
Yes, I'm sorry. You're right. We don't have time to panic. Have you two ever seen anything like this before?
No.
Its power feels very familiar. Like something from our homeland, but I don't know what it is. I'm sorry our memories aren't very reliable.
It's okay. I'll contact my helpers just as I did before and see if they can locate your other family members. I'm counting on you all. Your info is crucial to us now. Let's wait for their reply again, though I know waiting can feel unbearable at a time like this.
Thank you. Family bringing fruit.
I explain to them that you aren't hostile. After seeing you save it, its family is very grateful to you.
Go home, leave. Hard decision. Don't know. They are weak. I worry. If waiting, then I hope.
Don't worry. I understand what you are trying to say. Family is very important to us. No matter when we were actually family. It has done a lot to protect this territory and can't help but worry now that it's about to leave. Can you do one last thing for it while we wait?
Of course. I can relate to how it's feeling. I need to organize my thoughts as well. Thank you. Thank you. Tend, soil, food. Don't like plant invasion.
There are two things that it wants you to do. One is to look after the land that the food is grown in, and the other is to drive away the plants that are trying to invade the area.
Soil. There. First. Seed. Here.
Paimon understood that. No need to translate. We'll take care of it right away.
Nossa, foi até um pouquinho complicado de entender. Essa história toda dos cogumelos. E, gente, desculpa se a qualidade da minha internet é péssima e a imagem não fica muito poluída com a imagem boa, igual que os YouTubers têm. É que eu tenho o que eu tenho, gente. Nem todo mundo que tem canais no YouTube tem uma internet avançada para fazer lives boas. Nem todo mundo. Aqueles que tem são pessoas que conseguiram ter uma internet boa. Já os que não tem, já os que tem uma internet que faz uma live e tem uma imagem bem péssima, fazer o quê? Botar aqui uma semente. Água. Então tá. Encontre e elimine a flora invasora. A flora invasora? Mas aonde? Ah, isso aqui?
Do your worst.
Time to go. As one with wind and
Toma,
cloud.
toma!
I must leave no stone unturned, as a dutiful maid would.
Aê! Tenta enfrentar esses bichos.
That should be all of them. That wasn't too tough.
Yeah, I've calmed down now. But it doesn't seem like there's too much we can do until we receive some new leads.
Can you tell us about the Dendro Dragon? We don't know anything about it. Who is it? And what does it have to do with King Deshret?
Well, the history of dragons starts from the very beginning of Teyvat. Sumeru was Apep's territory. In those days, the lush rainforest covered the entire nation.
Oh, so there was no desert back then?
Not at first. That came when a giant spike fell from the sky, turning a huge section of the rainforest into sand. In an attempt to adapt to its new environment, Apep changed color from the emerald green of the forest to the yellow of the sand.
No wonder those two elemental life forms are always talking about the importance of adapting.
Apep has always seen itself as the master of Sumeru, and has refused to recognize the new order that was established. Even now, it probably still holds great hostility toward the gods. However, powerless against the power in the sky, and then the forbidden knowledge many millennia later, it's been that conflicts between the two sides are destined to continue until a balance can be found. As far as I know, Apep had been slumbering in the desert, and King Deshret had taken a great interest in it. Maybe this is why Apep was contaminated. I'm not sure what may have led it to become involved, but rescuing it is definitely our top priority right now. The crystal that I have in my possession is probably the key that links the two matters together.
Então a história sobre os dragões do Genshin Impact são do início da Teyvat. Nossa. Até fico curioso como seria se tivesse um personagem que é parte dragão no Genshin Impact. Eu até fiquei interessado aí como se pudesse ter um personagem, uma personagem assim que tem aspecto de um dragão. Como no caso o Rito. O Rito é um Oni e também tem outras raças como no Genshin Impact. Fica aí, bem que queria tivesse mais um personagem que tem um aspecto de um dragão. Se o Rito é um Oni, até que pode existir outros também.
Lord of Dendro, family happy. You really like them, don't you? Family like. Do you not like your family? That's not what Paimon meant. It's just that you guys aren't actually the same species. Does that matter? Family likes me. I like family. Paimon doesn't quite understand.
What it's trying to say is that as long as family members get along well, that you place importance on appearances, but we do not. We find the experiences, knowledge, and connections we've made to be more important. These are all things that are more reliable than mere external appearances. These are the fruits of time, and the...
Oh, Paimon gets it now! Looks can always change, so what's inside of us is more important. It wouldn't matter. Paimon would still be able to recognize you right away!
Oh? Understood. Thank you. Still nothing new from the forest. Seems like we won't be able to find your other family members for now. It appears we are out of leads to follow. And if no one knows how this crystal works, then the pet may be in danger.
Sorry.
It's okay. It isn't your fault. I don't think it's a coincidence that neither of you can remember anything about the crystal. Maybe it's because the crystal has a very close connection to forbidden knowledge, which causes memories of it to be unclear. And if that's the case, finding the other fungi still wouldn't help us at all.
The crystal and the apocalypse. The apocalypse and memories. Lord of Dendro, do you still remember the prophecy?
I do. What about it?
The prophecy is a story that connects events of the past and the future. A family member once said that the apocalypse is a part of us, and that there is value in preserving it. The rest of the family did not approve of its opinion at the time, so it left.
Preserving the apocalypse? Do you mean that there's still some that hasn't been eliminated?
That's not very likely. The power of Irminsul covers every inch of the land. Did the prophecy say where that family member went?
To the limitless depths east of Sumeru. A murky place that no one can return from.
Yeah, that must be the chasm, right? But what is it doing there?
It's impossible to preserve forbidden knowledge, but what if it can be converted to a different form? I'm sorry if I'm suddenly not making any sense. However, I do think it's possible. Follow me. I'll explain it once we find that elemental life form.
Vá às profundezas do despenhadeiro. Você não conseguiu chegar no alto nível. Hã? O quê? Você não conseguiu chegar a alto nível. Conclua a missão do mundo perigoso na escuridão. Missão... Ah, cara, tá de sacanagem comigo. Tá de sacanagem comigo. Perigos na escuridão. Perigos na escuridão? Que missão é essa? Ah, cara, nada faz sentido aqui. Perigo na escuridão, mas aonde, cara? Vale o perdido. Nossa, cara, fala sério, tava indo tão tranquilo e acontece isso? Perigos na escuridão. Conclua a missão do perigo na escuridão. Ah, vou ter que tentar achar um jeito de como concluir essa missão agora. Ah, cara, como eu pude ser tão cego? Ah, nossa, cara. Nossa, que vergonha. Fazer o quê? Eu ia saber que tinha que ser uma missão aqui embaixo da terra? Ai, olha, olha que vergonha da minha parte, hein? Então tá. Se eu soubesse disso, se eu soubesse disso antes. É que faz tanto tempo que eu não vou mais nesse despenhadeiro que eu só faço missões. Mais missões em cima da superfície nas terras do Genshin Impact do que no despenhadeiro. Eu quase não vou muito nesse lugar do despenhadeiro. Eu até me esqueci. Eu até me esqueci como. Eu até me esqueci como que ainda tinha isso.
So that elemental life form came all the way here on its own and spent a long time by itself? Wouldn't it already have become the Withering like the others?
There is a chance that it could avoid that end, using the power of something here. I'm referring to what was used to fight against the Abyss. It once repaired the rifts of Teyvat long ago. It has the ability to purify and stabilize powers that shouldn't exist in Teyvat. Forbidden knowledge that its light has shone upon is kept here forever in a different form. Yep. It's just like soap bubbles that rise to the water surface.
Another strange metaphor. But Paimon somehow gets this one.
What the Lord of Dendro means is that the apocalypse was altered by the power of the giant spike and hidden within the oozing filth.
Yes, and it shouldn't be far from here. Let's go and take a look.
Ah, cara, não tinha nenhuma missão do mundo. Era só uma coisa que tinha que... Era só uma coisa do mapa que você tinha que vir pra esse lugar. Olha quem diria. Esqueci disso aqui. Ainda bem que purifiquei esse lugar na parte da missão. Na parte da missão de onde esse despenhadeiro tinha aparecido no mapa do Genshin Impact. Ah, é mesmo? Tem que pegar aquilo. Tem que pegar aquilo. Não tá aqui não. Aqui está.
It's over there! Looks like we'll have to clear out the oozing filth in this area. You two should be able to take care of it, right?
Tem que ficar longe dessas coisas, senão...
We know what to do. We'll just use the Lumen Stone on the oozing concretion.
Oh, assim não vale!
Propagate! Yield!
Wind strike!
Ah, foi consumido. E não dá pra correr, pra falar a verdade. Não dá pra correr. Aê! Oh, negocinho de puzzles.
Oh, we finally managed to rescue it.
It should be the life form from the prophecy.
That light!
Wait. Something dark is coming out. Something's not right! What's going on? Didn't Nahida say it was purified?
Maybe it's because such a long amount of time has passed. Although the power of the oozing filth is more stable than that of the apocalypse, it is still a form of dangerous power. It might have lost its mind after being soaked in it for such a long time.
Oh no! But we still have tons of questions we need to ask.
I should be able to purge it with my elemental power. But this is our only chance.
Traveler!
It's okay. I trust your judgment. I was being a little hasty myself. Let's see if we can think of another way.
Oh, yeah! You said that the elemental power in the crystal was identical to theirs!
You want to use its power, but...
The Lord of Dendro seems hesitant. I too would advise caution. It's risky to use its power without fully understanding its intent.
Don't understand!
no good. Simply.
Yes, I understand. But this is our only chance to return.
It's okay. There's no need to argue. I'll think of something to do about the elemental power that will be used. How about this? Traveler, you could try using it. I understand that you have an amazing resistance to forbidden knowledge.
Don't overdo it, Traveler. Paimon will be worried.
Lord of Dendro, and you others, how long have I been waiting here?
Yay! Looks like it worked!
Lord of Dendro, here in person. Does that mean the apocalypse has come to an end? Wait, did you get smaller again?
I'm sorry. That portion of my memory is highly unreliable at the moment. I can't seem to remember who you are.
That sounds about right. After all, the purpose of my existence is precisely for those unreliable memories you speak of. You once said that the apocalypse will be completely eradicated, and that relevant memories will become unstable. Even you couldn't promise that you'd remember our agreement after those events take place. However, you are definitely someone who stays true to your word. My sacrifice is nothing compared to your resolve.
You and I made the agreement?
Yes, you used your power to protect me. That is the reason why I was able to survive here. To be honest, I'm nearing my end. I had thought I'd be stronger than this.
Cara, é a Lorde Maior Kusanali. É a Lorde Maior Kusanali. Nossa, cara. Então foi ela que ajudou esse cogumelo. Nossa. Eu espero muito que futuramente a Royalverse dá uma forma a transformação adulta de crescida da Nahida. Todo mundo quer ver como vai ser essa forma dela. Todo mundo quer.
No one can withstand the power of the apocalypse.
In order to preserve a somewhat stable memory, I had to change the power of the apocalypse into what only the giant spike that fell from the sky was capable of doing something like that. Is the moment I lost my chance of being rescued by the Lord of Dendro. But enough about me. Lord of Dendro, let's get to the important matter at hand. As you can see, I won't last much longer.
I understand, and I'm sorry, but... Can you please tell me what this is?
This is a fire seed. It's an essential item for saving the Dendro Dragon. Thankfully, it appears to be in good condition. The Lord of Dendro and our people created this item together. It mimics how the Dendro Dragon's Heart of Oasis operates. The Dendro Dragon has been tormented by the apocalypse for far too long. It too is nearing the end of its power. However, if you are able to reactivate its Heart of Oasis using the Fire Seed, then the Dendro Dragon will begin to recover. And as a result, our homeland will return to the way it once was.
Oh, so the Heart of Oasis is a pep source of power.
No wonder the crystal was able to heal this fungus just now. That's what it's used for.
What? You used the Fire Seed to save...
Why? What's wrong?
That's... never mind. The seed contains a high concentration of elemental power inside of it. It's very powerful, yet fragile at the same time. It is not stable in its current form. To prevent any accidents, please don't use it again.
Since I am its creator, I will take responsibility for it. I assure you there's no need to worry.
All right. Aside from being able to heal the Dendro Dragon, The fire seed can also resonate with the heart of Oasis. In other words, you'll be able to find the Dendro Dragon by following the guidance of the fire seed. But you should hurry. There is little time to waste.
What about you?
Forget about me. You should hurry home now.
Everyone is returning home, including you.
As I told you, I've already lost my chance to be saved by the Lord of Dendro. I thank you for coming to find me, and for being willing to save the Dendro. Our past has been saved, and our future has been ensured. It's enough for me, just knowing that they will return home.
Hey, wait! It turned into oozing filth.
Can you use the Lumen Stone once more? I can still feel its elemental power. Please, of all of us, it deserves the chance to return home the most.
This is a small ball of light that it left behind.
I can feel it. I can feel its knowledge and emotions. It has all returned to its original elemental form and is becoming one with the other family members. Do not be sad, my friends. Its wish has come true, and it's very happy right now.
Because its external form doesn't matter, right?
Yes, because our external form does not matter, and our home has been saved. There is nothing more important than being together.
Let's go! Home.
Siga as indicações e vá ao deserto de Sumero. Nossa, cara, que triste daquele cogumelo de gel. O cara era tão... O cogumelo era tão legal e ele teve que morrer. Ah! Que saco! Detesto essas partes que eu tenho que ficar sempre indo pra lá e pra cá. Ah, então essa é a parte da nova região? Fazer o quê? Vou ter que caminhando. Vou ter que ir caminhando até lá agora. E salvar os pontos de teletransporte. Porque eu não gosto de ficar sempre caminhando em volta de outro lugar pra poder chegar até o destino. Nossa, foi uma baita história daquele cogumelo. Em pensar que a cor de dentro, a maior, tinha salvado aquele cogumelo. Mas eu espero que a Nahida se torne a nova cor de dentro maior. E ali. Nossa, que longe! É melhor tentar chegar lá.
Follow the wind.
A galera critica. A galera critica tanto o Genshin Impact, falando que o Genshin Impact isso e aquilo, porque eles sempre querem transformar o Genshin Impact num jogo competitivo. Pra ter ideia da galera, querem transformar o Genshin Impact num jogo competitivo. Essa é uma das burrices mais idiotas que eu já vi eles terem na cabeça. Genshin Impact não é um jogo competitivo e também não é um jogo de serviço. O game é mundo aberto e RPG, não é um jogo competitivo e serviço. É muito engraçado a galera no mundo dos games. Eles vivem reclamando que essas empresas só ficam fazendo jogos de competitivo, não faz um jogo de história, isso e aquilo. Quando tem uma empresa que cria um jogo com uma história incrível, impecável para cada um dos personagens, eles fazem isso para todos os personagens do Genshin Impact e vão lá meter uma crítica injusta. As críticas da galera que fazem do Genshin Impact é muito injusta. Muito injusto mesmo. Por que eu digo isso? Porque nada das críticas deles faz sentido. O jogo já é bom. O jogo é bom. A galera se preocupa mais com os defeitos do Genshin Impact em vez de apreciar o game. Não existe muitos jogos parecidos com o Genshin Impact. Bom, até agora. Depois que o Genshin Impact foi uma febre no dia do seu lançamento, é claro que muitas empresas chinesas vão tentar criar jogos parecidos com o Genshin Impact. E é bom jogos ter rivais, porque faz a empresa melhorar ainda mais o game. O conteúdo que o Genshin Impact tem até agora, a galera pode não estar satisfeito. Mas a maioria que gosta do Genshin Impact pela história e tudo, estão muito satisfeitos. Mas já a galera que são bando de arrogantes que ficam falando mal do Genshin Impact, fazendo críticas injustas, é gente que só quer puxar o saco da Royalverse para trazer mais conteúdo pro game, para ganhar visualização. Tudo que eles fazem no Genshin Impact, de falar mal do game, do personagem e tudo, é só pra ganhar visualização. Só pra ganhar visualização. Nada das críticas que eles fazem é verdadeira. Porque se fossem verdadeira, por que eles perdiam tempo? Por que eles perdiam tempo fazendo conteúdo do game se eles ficam falando mal do jogo? Pois é. As críticas deles que eles fazem é vazia. Fazem isso pra ganhar visualização e inscrito no canal. Na verdade, a galera do YouTube que cria canal, eles se preocupam mais em ganhar visualização e inscritos do que fazer um conteúdo bom. Um dos youtubers que é mais babaca no Brasil, que fala mal do Genshin Impact, é o Rainobi. Esse cara, nossa, ele fala tanta besteira do Genshin Impact que eu não sei como é que esse cara não recebe hate. Não recebe hate por causa disso. Ele fala muita besteira do Genshin Impact. Fala muito mesmo. Já chegamos? Já chegamos no local? Chegamos sim.
Follow me. We're close now.
Finalmente chegamos. Mas antes disso, vou salvar aqui.
Follow the wind.
E tem muita gente que só quer o personagem do Genshin Impact por causa da gameplay e a força dele. Eles estão um pouco se lixando pelo visual dele e principalmente pela história. É isso que a galera fazem no Genshin Impact às vezes. Mas a maioria joga o Genshin Impact pela história e os personagens. Outros só preferem jogar o jogo por causa da gameplay. O Genshin Impact só tem uma gameplay frenética e muito divertida para divertir as pessoas. Mas a galera não tá satisfeita, eles querem mais coisa do Genshin Impact.
We won't be able to see anything if we keep going that way. Hey, look! Something's over there! We found it. A pep, the Dendro Dragon. Paimon knew it would be big, but not that big.
Puny god, puny human, leave my domain.
O que ele acabou de falar? Deus é significante, humanos significantes. Deixe meu domínio. Hã? Esse é o maior problema dos seres que se querem ser os mais fortes. Falam que Deus é significante e humanos são insignificantes. São assim mesmo arrogantes. Já esperava disso, a Pepe não seria diferente.
Frail life forms like you cannot survive in the endless sands of the desert.
Pep, we're here to save you.
I do not need saving, especially not by you, Boor. You are no different from Amun. Both of you have only existed for a fraction of what you know as time. Yet you call yourselves lords of this land by leaning on the heavens' glow. You're better off paying attention to your path ahead, as you will fall where you've fallen before.
Can't you let go of your hatred, even for only a moment?
Let go? For only a moment? Foolish Boor. You will find no gratefulness from me, even if you heal me. You will only be reviving the dragon that will destroy Sumeru and the 7 nations.
No, you're ill, that's all.
That I am. Time will bring death to all. It's unavoidable. Although I am gravely ill, my mind remains clear. I am different from the ancient dragons that came to terms with you.
There's no need for this. There's no point in fighting. What we need is the truth.
The truth. The shackles that the God of Wisdom cannot escape from. I have paid dearly for the truth, and you shall do the same soon enough.
Hey! Don't leave! Careful! Something's coming.
Ah! What is that? Paimon's never seen that before!
It's our family.
Huh? They're your family too? But they don't look anything like fungi.
External form not important. Inner nature say. The composition of their elemental power is identical to ours. In other words, they're residents of our homeland.
Is this what they've become after experiencing the apocalypse?
This is also a form of adaptation, although a most gruesome and pitiful one. Many of our family members never made it out of the Dendro Dragon. They've gradually taken this form in order to survive the apocalypse.
Is there any way to avoid fighting them?
Hey! Can you guys talk? We're here to rescue you!
They've given it their all just to survive.
They're being drawn by the fire seed. Only its power can temporarily free them from their pain. All that remains are the instincts to survive and search for energy needed to do so. Everything else has been discarded in the process of adaptation.
So this is the result of forbidden knowledge.
Would our world become the same if forbidden knowledge was allowed to rampage across Teyvat? Like fish struggling on land, unable to find a single puddle of fresh water in the entire world.
Yes, but please try to be gentle with them.
Vou mudar de personagem. Ah, saco! Seja gentil, nem a pau que eu vou ser.
Steady as stone.
De jeito nenhum que eu vou ser gentil com eles.
Paimon thinks they used up all their strength. They don't seem aggressive anymore.
They want to go home.
Yes, it was never their intention to leave the Dendro Dragon.
Is there a way to make them revert to their elemental form? Years of torment is what turned them into their current state. Their external form has become their shackles. It seems only the fire seed or a Pep's Heart of Oasis can save them. But it'll be risky if we use the fire seed again.
Correct. We cannot use the fire seed again.
Everyone goes home, not just us.
This is becoming quite the dilemma.
Let me think for a second. It's fine. Let's use the power of the fire seed. I can't bear leaving them in the desert like this. Don't worry, the decision is on me. I'll take responsibility for whatever happens. It won't require much elemental power. I'm just worried that it'll become unstable. But as long as I use my elemental power to stabilize it a little, it shouldn't be a problem.
Thank you. Sorry. Stubborn.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro.
Returning home is the most important thing to you. I've come to understand that during our travels. I'm not doing this just to protect you, but also because I hope to use you and your experience and try speaking to a pep again. After all, that giant dendro dragon is also your family. Maybe it would listen.
I will stand with you, Lord of Dendro. I will never forget your kindness.
Yes. Thank you. Alright, here it goes.
Family. We will all be able to go home soon.
Whoa. It's shining now.
Endless amounts of knowledge and emotions are moving inside of me. They're all very excited. To imagine such growth could be achieved in such a short period of time.
It's because you're carrying everyone's hopes and dreams.
Yes, finally, we can go home.
This is the last part. Let's go.
Encontre onde a Pepe está escondido. Então tá. Oh! Ah, minha estamina tá acabando. É melhor tentar resolver isso logo o mais rápido possível. Olha, não gostei nem um pouco da atitude do Apep, aquele dragão. Ó, não culpo ele por ter ódio pra todo mundo, mas tem hora que ficar carregando esse ódio do passado. É dragão que fica preso ao passado. Tem muita coisa que acontece no mundo dos animes que personagens ficam presos ao passado. Ficam muito presos ao passado. Esse é o problema.
I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up.
Eles não sabem olhar muito pro futuro. Não vou perder tempo enfrentando ele, não. E aí, rápido. Ah, ali.
This cave is huge. Could this be where the Dendro Dragon lives? Yeah. Who knows what's inside that cave?
Our goal is not only to find the dragon, but to also enter the world inside of it. That will be impossible if we can't get it to cooperate with us.
But how are we gonna do that? It doesn't seem to want to help at all.
I'll see what I can do. Pep, I know we don't see eye to eye, and that we have a very different understanding of the world and its orders.
However,
We are both born of elemental power, and both suffered the torment of forbidden knowledge. We are not that different. And right now, we share a common enemy. We should not let our differences get in the way.
Wonder if the Dendro Dragon's even willing to listen.
I don't care about what you believe in, who you hate, or what you've done in the name of hatred. Nor do I expect you to be grateful. I'm here to save both you and your people. My people. They've been searching for a way to save you ever since they left their homeland. They yearn for a chance to return home. And now that everything is over, all the hatred that you harbor has lost its meaning. Rather than continuing to fight, you should consider the life you've produced.
No response.
Your eagerness to survive means that you haven't given up on that world yet. If you claim to know so much more than I, then why don't you truly think about why you want to survive? And why you're so vengeful? Please keep everyone safe. And send us to the homeland.
Nahida, where are we? Huh? And what about the Traveler?
I was only able to ensure that we made it here safely. It's possible we arrived at different locations.
Well, then let's go have a look up ahead.
Yep, let's go. I wouldn't worry too much. The Traveler's no pushover.
Paimon knows that. It's just that Paimon isn't used to not having the Traveler around. Let's hurry. She might be just up ahead.
Sério? Tô controlando a Nahida? Então tá. Tá legal. Vamos lá tentar resolver com o dragão.
What's that? That should be the heart of Oasis. All we need to do is light it with the fire seed, and it'll restore a pep with elemental power. The damage it suffered internally will also slowly begin to heal.
Then let's hurry and light it! We still need to find the Traveler!
Alright, hang on.
Wait! The fire seed! What happened?
It shattered. It was even more unstable than I expected.
But why? We barely used it!
I'm not sure. Perhaps the fire seed was only capable of protecting one person? But if I didn't use its power on everyone, there's no way of knowing where you could have been sucked into. And even if that's the case, there's no reason for it to simply shatter, unless...
Unless what?
Unless I was already in a weakened state when I created this fire seed. Which would be when we had first saved the desert.
Oh no. Wait, let's put that aside for a moment. If the fire seed has shattered, wouldn't that mean we came all this way for nothing? Oh, do you know what we should do now, Nahida? Oh, come on, Paimon, think!
Don't worry, Paimon. This is my responsibility. The fire seed is technically just a ball of highly concentrated elemental power. Although my elemental power is slightly different than that of elemental life forms, I gained a better understanding of it when I turned into a fungus. So, all I have to do is imitate that power, while adding some of my own. And I'll be able to do what the fire seed was supposed to.
You're gonna become the fire...
Yes. It'll take a lot of power from me, but it still won't be anything compared to when I was in the desert. I might, however, become even smaller.
What happens if you keep getting smaller?
I'll become a blade of grass or a twig. Basically, I'll return to how I was first born. I will be able to unleash power beyond my limits if I can reverse the process of growth.
But you'll lose everything. You'll not only lose your appearance, but you'll lose your emotions, memories, and...
That's all right. None of that matters compared to the dangers that the Pep is facing right now.
No, wait! There has to be another way. Besides, what will Sumeru do if you turn into a twig?
Maybe you and the Traveler can plant me in the soil of Sumeru once it is all over. I can still communicate with the world through the forest. It's just that you won't be able to see me for some time.
You can't be serious. If the Traveler were here, she definitely wouldn't let you go through with it. If we knew this was how you were going to take responsibility, then we never would have agreed in the first place!
I'm sorry, Paimon, but we're out of options. Not all eagles who have fallen to the ground can soar in the sky once again. But if no risks are taken, then the eagle will be grounded forever.
No. Please, no, Nahida! The fire seed shattered, and Nahida's, she's...
I know. A sacrifice must be made, but not by the Lord of Dendro. We've all grown on this long journey. If the purpose of that growth was to return home, then our wishes have come true. Would you lend us your power?
You knew it would come to this. All the knowledge, language, and emotions that you have learned will be reverted into pure elemental energy. In your new homeland, nothing of who you were will remain. You won't be remembered by anyone. Is that truly the return you've always dreamed of?
Lord of Dendro, don't be sad. This is not your home. We go home. Lord of Dendro should also go home.
Hear us, please. Feel our heartfelt desires. Awaken!
Mas o quê?
To imagine such growth achieved.
It's because you're carrying everyone's hopes and dreams.
Eu não acredito que vamos enfrentar esse boss. Não tá. Não tá, já que é assim, então vai ser então. Terminar de acabar com esse boss e salvar toda a forma de vida. Toma! Toma! Olha uma vez! Adeus, Elzinho! Hã? Ele não foi derrotado ainda? Ah, não! Tá de brincadeira comigo? Ah, sai de mim, seu bicho escroto!
Yield. Hear my prayer.
Pode deixar que revive o coração dos Osiris.
As one with wind and cloud. Wind strike.
Do your worst.
Hey! The Temple of Wisdom!
Toma, toma! Poxa,
Flee.
não vai reviver aquele bicho, não, não!
Grant us your blessing.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Nossa, tá difícil acabar com...
Do your worst.
Leave it all to me. As a dutiful maid would.
Aê! Putz, que dificuldade! Ah, sério? Ele voltou de novo?
I learned a wonderful word. It's you, the child. It will be your name.
Do your worst.
One with wind and cloud.
Cadê ele? Cadê?
Yield. We shall prevail.
Toma! Olha uma vez!
Propagate. Flee.
Everyone hold hands.
Então é isso, então.
Make yourselves at home.
Ah, pode... Rapaz, se esconder embaixo da terra. Vai se esconder embaixo da terra.
Yield.
Scatter. I must leave no stone up.
Aê! Ô, bicho chato, hein?
Hey! Can you hear Paimon? Say something! You fungi said that your form didn't matter, right? Then let us know that you're alright!
Their knowledge, memories, and emotions have been reverted to elemental power and released. They are no longer able to respond. The guardians that have accompanied me for countless eras have also transformed into my elemental power. Just they will be born once again now that they're one. There's nothing to be sad about.
But that's different! They won't ever be the same.
Paimon, we will never understand it, and it will never understand us. That's how it's destined to be. But as long as you can be healthy again, then nothing else matters to me, Apep. Samara will be free from threat as long as your health is maintained.
I thought that my rage would be kindled once my power returned to me. However, what I feel now is a feeling that has long eluded me. The
forbidden knowledge influenced you ever since you were contaminated, greatly amplifying your hatred and rage.
Yes, there's no denying that. Although my hatred for that usurper from beyond the heavens still stirs deep within me. Destroying you and your people serves me no purpose. Be that as it may, my position still stands. When you inevitably perish due to your ever-expanding curiosity, I will still sneer and mock you in my heart.
Heesh! Who can put up with you?
I respect your decision, And with time, I will prove to you that we will not repeat our mistakes. Before you begin resting, there is one last thing I would like to know. How did you become affected by forbidden knowledge?
It's a long story. We all once believed in the distant past that only forbidden knowledge could give us enough power to defeat the heavenly principles. The Dragon King acquired the power of darkness from outside of this world, and led us in a fight against the order established by the outsiders.
Dragon King?
An unimaginable war took place into that, causing destruction on an unprecedented scale. The world itself was on the verge of collapse. In war, the victor would inherit the right to shape the world, while the losers must turn into ash. But I didn't give up on searching for a way to turn the tides, even after the death of the Dragon King. As I attempted to collect more forbidden knowledge from the corners of the world, as it was on the verge of collapse, sand dunes arose where there was only forest.
But you still didn't give up, did you? Because of Amun
Yes. Al-Ahmar eventually obtained this power with the help of Nabu Malikata. His ambitions continued to grow, and he planned to establish a powerful kingdom in my domain. Although I didn't think much of him, I allowed his actions under one condition. The condition was that after his death, all the knowledge he came to accumulate would belong to me. At that time, I still harbored deep regrets. Some of the dragons have grown close to your kind, and have forgotten all about our hatred from when the world was taken from us. And some died, leaving behind nothing but their bones, while others chose to flee after experiencing pain. But for me, the scales and will of the Dragon King still shine bright in my heart. I will follow it until the end of my time.
You really are insane.
When Al-Ahmar's proud kingdom collapsed, I swallowed him whole as I agreed, and absorbed his elemental power. However, what I gained was no benefit. No. I gained the apocalypse. I used up all my strength just trying to keep the pain under control. I had no energy to analyze the knowledge he had accumulated. But even then, I still believed that his insanity was far...
So that's how the apocalypse started.
I admit that I fell for his trap. I was like a final failsafe in his plan. Tiny Boer, and the rest of you, continue forward. How far will a life so dear and precious to the heavenly principles be able to go? I wonder.
É isso aí. Ainda bem que a Narida não foi deixar de existir de novo. Porque já não basta a Lorde Maior ter se sacrificado para Narida sem a reencarnação dela. E agora ia acontecer isso de novo. Nossa, cara, ainda bem que isso não aconteceu. A segunda quest da Narida é quase igual da Raiden Shogun. A Raiden Shogun era muito presa à eternidade e tudo, mas ela se libertou disso. Eu claramente não gostava muito da Raiden Shogun pela sua tirania, mas que bom que ela se redimiu quando a Raiden viu seus atos.
Looks like we've been sent back out. Still in one piece, too.
The dragon will need to rest for a very long time before it is fully healthy again. It's not as ruthless as it was before. Curing the dragon of its illness has seemingly made it more open to reason.
Nobody's in a good mood when they're feeling sick. Even though we accomplished something really important, Paimon still doesn't feel happy for some reason.
Indeed. Although they'll still have the chance to be born again, They've lost their memories of their journey and their feelings for their homeland. Each opportunity for growth is unique in its own way. Perhaps the immense power we released was the pouring out of all these irreplaceable emotions that...
Can you really call a place with no family your home?
Family... Right! The hydrofungus left behind its family. Those two fungi might be waiting for it to return.
Oh yeah! Let's hurry and go take a look!
Ah, que bom que aquele dragão a Pepe... Que bom que aquele dragão a Pepe começou a ficar de bom humor. Começou a ficar um bonzinho agora. Porque a atitude dele foi muito grossa. Mas não foi culpa dele. Ele tava corrompido pelo conhecimento proibido. É claro que qualquer coisa maligna, negativa, faz a pessoa ter mais raiva numa coisa sem sentido. Tem muitas obras de criações que as pessoas fazem, como nos jogos, mangás, animes, séries, também filmes, que faz muitos personagens ficar muito presos ao passado, que não olham para o futuro. Essas partes que fazem o tempo todo deviam evoluir. Tirar essa parte de rancor, deixar de lado. E olha, de todos os RPGs que o mundo dos games tem, o Genshin Impact é quase o único jogo do mundo dos games que tem personagens muito estilosos, bonitos, histórias completamente extraordinárias. Coisa que muitos jogos de mundo aberto de RPG não tem. Já o Genshin Impact é quase único. Até agora, com os novos jogos parecidos com o Genshin Impact surgindo.
They're still here! Have they really been waiting here all this time? We're back.
I'm sorry. I really am. But it's gone home and won't be able to return for a very long time. Don't be sad. It did it to protect you. Your happiness is more important to it than anything else in the world. It's said that Noor is its most important family member. That's your name, isn't it? Oh. This is wonderful. So it has left traces of itself after all. They will definitely meet again, someday.
Nossa, cara, que lindo! Que linda crash da Narida. É, o Zeraverso falou a verdade, superou da Raiden Shogun. Claramente a Crash 2 da Narida foi quase igual da Raiden Shogun. Nossa, cara. Nossa, ainda bem que a Narida não foi se sacrificar de novo, como a sua Lorde Maior Kusanali anterior tinha fazido pra ter sua reencarnação. Que bom. Será que eu já tenho gêmeo suficiente aqui? Tá bom. Vou tentar pegar a Nilou. Só que não. Acabei de pegar a Kukishinobu. Mas pelo menos eu peguei uma constelação dela para aprimorá-la. Aumenta o nível de anel santificador em 3 segundos. O nível máximo de elevação a 15. Então tá. É muito importante essas constelações do jogo, porque aumenta ainda mais a força dos personagens. Não é só o nível do personagem, os talentos e as armas que são aumentadas, mas também as constelações. Bom, galera, essa foi minha live. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. E se inscreve no canal, ative o sininho para receber os próximos vídeos. E deixe seu like e fique por dentro do crescimento dos jogos. E bora, galera. Fui!